What's going on, you guys? Breaking news. Vergil Ortiz is forced to withdraw from his fight with Michael Mckinson this upcoming weekend. Wow, right? And now Mckinson is due to a replacement opponent, but they have yet to find a replacement opponent. Who should that replacement opponent be? Now, for those who not caught up in this story, this is a WBO eliminator type fight, right? So whoever was to win, we would become the guaranteed mandatory to face Terrence Bud Crawford. We have Blair the Flair Cobbs against Alexis Roja as the co-main event. Now, there's a few things that may happen from this, right? Hit that like button for your boy as you come on into the building. Yes, why he withdraw? Nobody knows as of yet, man. Hopefully we can find out while we on this stream. I'm not gonna be too long today, but yeah, we got to talk about it because this is some breaking news. Hit that like button. I don't know if he's injured or I'm not sure, you guys. Honestly, we go probably find out as this stream goes because this is like just happened. Even here it says Vergil Ortiz has been forced to withdraw from his March 19th fight versus Mike Mckinson. Mckinson could fight a replacement opponent for Mike Cappinger. Yeah, this has been going around. This has been circulating through the past 20 minutes. This is some news. Vergil Ortiz is forced to pull out of the fight for unknown reasons. Now, it's looking like, I wonder if I can find it. I heard about it, but I haven't seen it yet. I heard there's a picture surfacing around of Vergil Ortiz next to Brian Castano, the guy that's supposed to be fighting Jamel Charlo, the champion at 154. Way fucking bigger than that guy, So I'm assuming, in my opinion, it could be something along with weight, cutting the weight. Vergil Ortiz had problems in the past making the weight. He's a really big welterweight. People like to say Jerron Boots Ennis is a weight bully. Well, we must look at Vergil Ortiz as well. Just because he doesn't have bulging muscles and shit like that doesn't mean he ain't over here weight bullying. I mean, if you've seen this picture, let me see if I can find it. But yeah, I'm gonna wait till some more people get in here before we talk. And also, the Showtime's boxing schedule has been revealed. The next upcoming fights for Showtime is like Showtime is all in with boxing. It looks like Fox is out the door and they all in with Showtime. So that's good for me anyway. I like Showtime boxing. Yep. The week of the fight, Jay Grant. So one would assume if it's the week of the fight, it's probably got something to do with some type of weight, a weight issue. I mean, we've seen him have trouble in the past making weight. Let me see if I can find this picture. He as big as they say he is in this picture. And I know Vergil is a pretty big welterweight, but if he is big as my boys behind the scenes tell me he is in this picture, then yeah, he may have trouble making weight, y'all. And they ain't gonna really disclose it. They may disclose it a little later. They may disclose it a little bit later on, but this is breaking news. This is like just happened. Let me move this out the screen, but yeah, this is like just happened. So this Mckinson guy with 2 knockouts. How is the zone going to justify putting him as the main event for a lot of people that came to see pretty much Vergil Ortiz, right? This was in Texas, if I'm not mistaken. So how could they justify this to boxing fans? How could they sell this to the people that pay for tickets? They can't put a Mckinson guy as a main event. They simply just can't do that, right? So what they go do? I say put Blair the Flair Cobbs in there. That's what I say. It's looking like all the stars is aligning for Blair the Flair Cobbs. Now, will Golden Boy give him that opportunity? Because I believe this is a WBO eliminator fight. So if Blair was to beat this Mckinson guy, then he'll be mandatory to face Terrence Crawford out of nowhere from being unranked to top ranked. You know what I'm saying? Be hell of a play. Let me see something here real quick. That's crazy news. So I'm assuming that, me personally, I think it has something to do with some weight. Because he seemed fine from what I've been seeing from the interviews and stuff. But what's that? We got like a few days to the fight, so the weight cutting really, really begins. They may have to force him to pull out of the fight, and they don't want to probably disclose it that it was a weight cutting issue, because then people will be looking at him like, hey, man, you might want to go ahead and move up to 154. Let me see. But that's just my opinion. This is not, news. Nobody knows what happened. Let me see. Y'all noticed that Errol Spence responded to Blair Cobbs, but didn't respond to Terrence Crawford like that? Like, that's funny, right? Dude came out to the sea and called you a B and all types of other stuff, right? You didn't say nothing to him, but when Blair talking shit on like you come on, man. But yeah, Vergil Ortiz pulled out of the fight. Let me see if I can find this. See if I can find this real quick. Oh yeah. Also, Jerron Boots Ennis, real quick. I forgot why I'm here. Boots Ennis signs a multi-fight deal with Showtime. For those who don't know, on Boxing Scene says he got sick. Okay. I'll just take it as that. AMF Film Studios. I'll just take it as that. He may have gotten sick. Anything could happen. But I do think it could possibly be some weight shit. But hey, that's my opinion. He probably did get sick. But yeah, it says Ennis agrees to multi-fight deal with Showtime, face Castillo Clayton. It looks like Jerron Boots Ennis wants to fight 3 times this year as well. I wonder who those next 2 opponents are going to be if he can get past Castillo Clayton. Let me see if I can find this. So that's Jerron Boots Ennis. He is he signs with Showtime. He's not officially with Al Heyman. To put this out there for you guys who thinks that Jerron Boots Ennis is a PBC fighter, Al Heyman fighter. He's not. He is not an Al Heyman fighter. I'm trying to find this Mckinson. He's from the UK, huh? I never seen this Mckinson guy. He's going to be the new main event of this card now. So who are they going to replace? Who is Golden Boy going to put in there to replace Vergil Ortiz? The question is, yeah, he probably got sick cutting weight. Yeah, man. Absolutely, bro. Like I said, he looked fine to me, Neutral Natural. He looked fine, But it could have been him cutting the weight, bro. He is a big welterweight. I've seen Vergil Ortiz. He had trouble making weight in the past. They don't really talk about it like they do other fighters, but yeah, he had trouble making a welterweight landing. And guess what? He's a young welterweight, right? He's a young welterweight. He's not pushing 30 welterweight. No, he's young. So yeah, he's going to be outgrowing welterweight sooner than later. Yep, Ennis and Brandon Lee, both with Cameron Duncan. Yep. Yeah, they Cameron Duncan fighters. They're not with Al Heyman. But now Jerron Boots Ennis found he got a 3-fight deal with Showtime, so that's good for Boots, man. He just got to look really good against Castillo Clayton. That should be a really good test. He's a sturdier guy than most of the guys he's been fighting. He got some speed to him. He got some skills. Castillo Clayton's a good fighter. We just haven't seen much of him. He's like kind of similar to Blair Cobbs. He's a 30-some-year-old guy with, less than 20 fights. You know what I'm saying? So, but he can fight. So, yeah, it should be a good fight for Boots. But yeah, man, Vergil Ortiz had to withdraw from this fight. I'm trying to see if we can find any more news on it or what they really plan on doing. They probably ain't really got no plan. Here, go right here. Well, Castano was wider. You know what I'm saying? My boy said he was a lot bigger. He looked like a 154-pounder. Right? Castano is a guy that's about in his 30s now. Vergil Ortiz is early 20s, mid 20s. So yeah, Vergil Ortiz is gonna be topping out at 160 pretty soon anyway. He gonna be at 160. He ain't even really fully grown yet. Like once you get like 25 and shit and 26, 27, that's when you really start to grow and shit. So yeah, he's gonna be at 154, 160 pretty soon. He's pretty big, but it could be a weight issue. Who knows what happened with Verge, man? Hope he's all right though. Good kid, good fighter. Hope everything is well for him. But who is Golden Boy go put in there to replace him? That's the question. Who is Golden Boy going to put in there that's going to appease the zone to replace Vergil Ortiz? Most people came to see Vergil Ortiz beat up on Mckinson. And now we may not be getting that. So what are they going to do? I say throw Blair to Flair Cobbs up in there. That's what I say. Put Blair to Flair Cobbs up in there against Mckinson. That's what you do. That's the right move. Put Blair to Flair Cobbs in there, or worst case scenario, bump up Blair to Flair Cobbs and Alexis Roja to the main event. That's the worst case scenario. It's still a good case scenario though, because they go sell out. That fight's gonna be action packed, without a doubt. The co-main event likely was gonna be better than the main event anyway. So why not put a guy like Blair, who really, you give him a microphone and a platform, he's gonna do the rest of the work. You got an action-packed style. He's an exciting fighter. He's not a boring fighter by any means. So it makes sense for the zone to put Blair to Flair Cobbs up in there as the main event against Mckinson. Now they could put Alexis Roja in there against him, right? Since I think he's been a little bit more busier. He's been more busier than Blair to Flair Cobbs. But who wants to see that? You know, who wants to see Mckinson versus Alexis Roja? Nobody. I'd rather see Blair go up in there. You know what I'm saying? He was talking a lot of trash for the better part of a month or so. And now, if eyes wasn't on him then, right, from everything he said about Errol Spence and everybody else he's been talking about, if you were the main event, then we go really see what you got. Because his opponent he's a tough guy. Alexis Roja was, I didn't see him being a pushover at all. I went and checked him out. Dude's tough. He kind of reminds me of a Vergil Ortiz. He don't got the same jab like Vergil Ortiz and nothing like that though, but he's a good fighter nonetheless. And I say go ahead and put him as the main event. Makes sense. Put Blair to Flair Cobbs as the main event against Mike McKinnon, or at the very least, put it Roja and Cobbs as the main event. But McKinnon is old to fight because I believe he is the WBO. He's in the WBO eliminator, unless they want to postpone this thing. So yeah, this is pretty crazy news. And like I said before, people, anything can happen in boxing. You never know what's gonna happen. Who saw this shit coming? Seemed like stars is aligning for Blair to Flair Cobbs though. Seemed like stuff just kind of like, you know, it's starting to work out for him. He's been getting a lot of traction. People have been kind of paying attention to what he's saying. People have been going back checking out his fights, things of that nature, right? So yeah, it'll be pretty cool to see him get a shot in the main event slot on the DAZN card. You know, DAZN needs guys that can kind of talk the talk and walk the walk. You know, if Blair to Flair Cobbs, everybody's waiting for him to walk the walk this weekend though. He was talking the talk, but people waiting to see if he's gonna walk the walk. You know what I'm saying? They go see if he could walk the walk, and why not put him in there in the main event? Right? Put him in there as the main event against Michael McKinnon. You know what I'm saying? Put him in there. I say put him up in there. What's going on, Detroit Raise Me? I see you in the building. What's up, Candy Slim? Jason Williams, what's good? Y'all hit that like button for your boy. But yeah, that's that, man. Vergil Ortiz is out of the fight. They say he got sick. My opinion, he probably have trouble making weight, y'all. Put Blair to Flair Cobbs in there. Dude always in shape, always ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He'll put on a fucking show. You know what I'm saying? I say put in Blair to Flair Cobbs. But moving forward, the Showtime schedule has been revealed. The upcoming fights for Showtime has finally been revealed. Of course, we got Errol Spence, Dennis Ugas coming up. What's going on, D Luckett? What's going on, bro? Horse, I see you in the building. You says Blair getting a lot of hate because of what he said about Spence. Hate ain't always a bad thing in boxing. Absolutely not, bro. Blair Flair Cobbs getting a lot of attention, whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? I like it. I like the trash talk. It's different. You know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, though, I'm all for the trash talk, but I'm also for these dudes backing it up too. So I'm gonna be really, really paying attention to Blair this weekend, and I'm going to be grading him accordingly in this fight with Alexis Roja. He's going to have to look phenomenal in this fight against this dude. That's just the bottom line. I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for him to do good, but I'm going to also grade him accordingly. You know what I'm saying? He actually has to stop this guy. In my opinion, he either has to have a shutout performance or stop this dude from all the trash he's been talking. Otherwise, it's going to fall over him 10 times over, right? And that's just the way it is. But I'm rooting for him to do good and look well this weekend, and we're going to see what's going on for Blair to Flair Cobbs. I mean, shit, dude got a lot of energy, good energy that I think the sport needs. And that's just my opinion. Whether you like what he said about your favorite fighter or not, hell, he was talking about Kumite Crawford. It's all good. It's the fight game. This is war. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's just what it is, man. Ain't no fanboy shit over here. right? But yeah, the Showtime schedule. I said I won't gonna be too long today, you guys. Yeah, Blair could become Crawford's mandatory. Salute to YSM Sports Media. Y'all go subscribe to my boy YSM Sports Media. Actually, he's almost at 10,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to my boy YSM Sports Media, go subscribe right now. Jesus Christ, man. Go subscribe to my boy YSM Sports Media. You need like about 30 more, and he's at 10,000 subscribers. Like your boy said the other day, man, we help we look out for each other around here. Right? Salute to D Lucky, man. I see you in the building, bro. But yeah, it'd be a good opportunity for Blair before we carry on to the Showtime, because it seems like people come in these streams pretty late. You know, YouTube do their thing pretty late, but Blair Flair Cobbs, I think that'll be the right play for the Zone and Golden Boy. Put him in there as the main event since Vergil Ortiz had to withdraw from the fight. You know what I'm saying? You can't sell the public Michael Mckinson, bro. He has 2 knockouts. You cannot sell that to nobody. It just wouldn't be right. You could possibly put Roja in there, but I think the right move would put Blair up in there. I think that just makes too much sense. He could sell. He could be the main event. It's not like he's a boring fighter, right? He's not a boring fighter by any means. He has a very action-packed style. Put Blair to Flair up in there if you want to say this event. Then he could possibly be mandatory to face Terrence Crawford. Then this storyline to get very interesting. This storyline to be getting very, very interesting. If a guy that was unranked to go to ranked, you know, for a 30-some-year-old prospect to 33-year-old contender, and within the fucking, that'd be some crazy shit, man. So we go see what happens. Yeah, what happened to Vergil? He got sick. That's all that's been reported as of now. Just got sick. I'm assuming it has something to do with weight. I'm assuming it has something to do with the weight cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure what happened with Verg, but he is a young fighter and he had trouble making weight in the past, and he is a big welterweight. So yeah, he may have trouble making weight, y'all. When they mean by sick, they didn't get specific on what kind of sickness. He got sick because he probably couldn't make the fucking weight right. That is just my opinion, though. That's not reported or anything. That's just my opinion. You would say we need Rashidi versus Michael. Yeah, man, but they're not giving Rashidi a shot. Guess what? Rashidi beat Alexis Roja. Alexis Roja is fighting on a co-main event against Blair the Flair Cobbs, bro. None of this stuff makes sense in boxing. That's why I say, why? That's why I'm fans be like, why he deserves, man? Nothing. No, who deserves who? Who deserves what? Nothing makes sense in boxing. Go ahead, put Blair the Flair in there on the main event. That's what I say. He said, let's see the doctor's note. Oh, man. Yeah, Vergil is a big boy. Remember when Broner couldn't make weight and he said he was still a growing boy? Right. They are, bro. These young dudes, they still growing. Some of them grow sooner than others. Vergil go definitely, he's getting big fast. Yep. So Vergil Ortiz is withdrawn from the fight, man. That kind of sucks. I was looking forward to seeing, just Vergil and really Blair the Flair Cobbs this weekend, but we can only see one now. So I say put Blair in there as the main event, whether it's against Roja or you can give him a gift and let him fight in the WBO eliminator against Mckinson. I'm not sure if Golden Boy will do some shit like that though. I don't think they'll overstep Vergil like that, but will they? I don't know, unless they can get Blair up in there to fight Vergil for the eliminator spot again or some weird shit. You know how they play different rules for different dudes and shit like that in boxing. But so we'll see, man. This is the latest news. Vergil Ortiz has been pulled out of the fight, just withdrawn from the fight, and now Mckinson, his opponent, is looking for an opponent. I say put in Blair the Flair Cobbs since he was already on the card, and he was already ready to go. You know what I'm saying? He was already ready to go. But yeah, Showtime had their boxing schedule. I want to talk about that real quick. Get you guys' thoughts on Showtime's upcoming schedule. And we see here March 26th, we got Tim Tszyu versus Terrell Goucher. It's an okay fight. Then April 9th, we got Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fundora. Good fight right there. Looking forward to that one. Then, of course, we got the big one. Arrow the Truth, Big Fish Spence Jr. goes up against the Cuban boxing wizard, Yordenis Ugas. April 16th. I can't wait to see that one. And then we got Jermell Charlo versus Brian Castano, too. The rematch from the draw from last year, or however long it was. Yeah, it's going down May 14th. Also, Jerome Boots Ennis will be on that card as the co-main event against Custio Clayton in the IBF eliminator fight. So that should be an excellent card, and there's probably some more fights on there as well. Then we got David Benny versus David Lemmy coming up May 21st. That's David Benavidez versus David Lemieux. Should be a good fight for what it is. We haven't seen David Lemieux in quite some time, so one would assume that David Benavidez is going to run him right out of the ring. I like David Lemieux, man. A lot of dog, a lot of heart. He punches hard and shit, but you know how boxing goes. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Rolando Romero. Yeah, May 28th, the day before my birthday. I can't wait to see that one. I like both of these guys. I like Tank Davis. He grew on me over the years. And I like Rolando Romero. He grew on me. He's a trash talker. He's an ass. He's one of those dudes that boxing needs. Boxing needs assholes. And Rolando Romero is just that. It's a good fight, man. I don't know, man. It's a good fight. If Rolando Romero could take Tank's power, that fight will be very fucking interesting. If Rolando Romero is able to deal with Tank Davis's power and just walk him down, he walk through his shots, it's gonna be a very interesting fight. Then we got Stephen Coolboy Steph Fulton Jr. versus Danny Roman in the WBC, and yeah, okay, that should be a good fight, right? Stephen Fulton fighting all the top guys down there, so salute to him. And then we got Jamal Charlo versus Magic Selecki. Oh, wow. Woo. Hey, man, don't put tomatoes in the comment section, okay? Don't throw tomatoes at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Is this Jamal Charlo's fight that he's fighting Magic Selecki? I got it. Oh, man, wow. No disrespect to Magic Selecki. He's a good fighter, man, but this is not gonna be good for Jamal Charlo. This is not good news for Jamal Charlo. But is it his fault? So if this happened for Jamal Charlo, right? If he's fighting Maj Selecki, that means that Jaime Manguia video that I did recently, the latest one, is all facts. They pulled out of the whole situation, bro. Jaime Manguia, go. No. I take it back. I'm not gonna blame Jaime because he agreed to the fight. Golden Boy, DAZN, they couldn't get their business together. So now the fight ain't gonna happen. They just had to get it. They acting like that fight was a big mega pay-per-view fight, and it wasn't. Charlo is not a proven pay-per-view draw. We haven't even seen him in 2 years. Showtime would just go put that up. You know what I'm saying? That fight wasn't expected to do projecting numbers to where it was a joint effort. No. So I'm with Showtime on that one. DAZN, you fucked the fight up, man. They messed that fight up. DAZN messed that fight up. It wasn't Manguia. It wasn't Charlo. It wasn't PBC or Showtime. It was DAZN, and it was DAZN that messed the fight up. They wanted to get them. Or should I say Golden Boy? They messed the fight up, man, because Oscar wanted DAZN to get part of it, and then he should just left him out of it. If Manguia went over there and beat Charlo, then in a rematch, DAZN holds all the cards. That's how it was supposed to be, but this is boxing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That was a decent fight too, man. And then the last fight, July 9th on the schedule, is Mac Magasayo versus Ray Jar Jar Binks Vargas. Okay, Jar Jar fucking Binks. I'm coming for you, dude. I see what you did, Jar Jar. I see what you fucking did, dude. You sat there for 2 years and hid with injuries to hide from Gary, the young little boogeyman Russell. You waited till he got knocked off, and now you about to hop right into a title fight. You were supposed to ban fought Gary Russell Jr., but guess what you did? You sat in here like everybody else did. Mark Magasayo, salute to him for getting in the ring with Gary Russell Jr. in the beginning, right? Even though I felt he lost that fight, Gary beat that dude with one hand, right? You know what I'm saying? But we see how politics played Gary Russell Jr., and now Mark Magasayo and Ray Vargas, Jar Jar Binks, is going to be fighting July 9th. They're going to be fighting July 9th. Jar Jar Binks, these dudes be running from certain fighters, y'all. I'm calling all of them out, too. So if it's your favorite fighter, that's just too fucking bad. Because I be peeping game, dude. He sat around and hid around and avoided Gary Russell Jr. He could have been got that Gary Russell Jr. smoke, but guess what? He didn't want it. Now he wants the title shot. You ain't a real champion if you beat Mark Magasayo, dude. You're a paper champ. We ain't playing that shit no more. What's going on, UGC Flame? AJ, what's good? Drizzy KO, what's going on? He said Charlo is the king of tune-ups. Man, I feel you, bro, but Charlo, it really is. I don't think it's his fault this time. Maybe he should have just fought Benavidez, right? But I don't think it's his fault this time. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's Benguia's fault either, honestly. We can't really blame the fighters in this one. They agreed to the fight. Everybody was agreed upon. The fight was agreed upon. So we must not overlook the facts, y'all. What's going on, Marquise Monroe? Salute, y'all. Hit that like button for your boy, man. We got 50 people in here. This is just a quick live stream to let you guys know what happened. Vergil Ortiz has pulled out of the fight, you know, for whatever reason, man. Who knows, man? Hopefully the kid's okay. I like Vergil Ortiz. He's a good guy. He seemed like a good guy and everything. So hopefully Vergil's okay. And put in Blair Flair Cobbs as the main event. He was talking a lot of shit, and he's been buzzing in the boxing community. So go ahead and put Blair up in there, so we can really see what he got. Then we can really see what dude can do. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm all for the trash talk. I'm all for the drama, right? But I also need to see if you could back that shit up. So whether it's against Alexis Rojas or Mckinson, you know, I expect to see him looking good this weekend. You know what I'm saying? After all that shit he been talking. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Showtime schedule, it looks okay. You know, Charlo fight leaves a lot to be desired, though. That Charlo fight leaving a lot to be desired. Oh, yeah, they leaving out Devin the same way, AJ. They doing Dev the same way. I'm telling y'all, man, they leaving out certain fighters, bro. They leave out certain guys, the Devins, the Crawfords, the Boo-Boos. Certain guys get left out from getting the really fights, the really important fights, man. It's crazy. You can't just be a good fighter in boxing anymore. You can't. If you too good, that might be a bad thing. If you too good of a fighter, that is not a good thing. That's not a good thing unless you can fucking talk shit. Unless you a people person type of guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be a lot, man, because you won't get the fights, man. Pooh Dangles, you said what happened with Ortiz, man? He out of the fight, bro. Vergil Ortiz is out of the fight, man. It's crazy. This is supposed to be a WBO eliminator, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I wonder what's happening with that. Maybe they postpone it for Vergil. You know how that goes. But Mckinson is supposed to fight. So I say, like I said, put Blair Flair Cobbs up in there. That'll make sense. Hit that like button for your boy too. It makes sense to put Blair Flair up in there. Don't put Roja in there as the main event. That's gonna kill the event. Don't do that. A perfect way for them to kill this event this weekend is to put Roja in there against Mckinson. That's the perfect way to kill it. If you want to save it, you put Blair Flair up in there. Somebody that can sell a fight. Somebody that got an exciting style and everything else. Cerebral. He said Vergil going to start moving like Spence when he gets a belt. So you say it's a Texas thing. Is that what you saying, Cerebral? That these Texas dudes, once they get these belts and shit, they move funny. They start moving funny, man. It's crazy, man. But yeah, you guys, that's the news, man. The Showtime lineup looks pretty decent. It's decent. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain, man. I'm going to stop really, whatever boxing give us, that's just what they give us, man. I can't expect them to just boxing, just not like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really. If you keep your expectations too high, then you'll be disappointed being a boxing fan. So I got very low expectations, and I'm just enjoy these fucking fights. You know what I'm saying? The Charlo Majecki fight is not really a good fight. It's a fight actually where Charlo could actually go up in there and look bad again against. It's not a good fight for Charlo, man. That's a bad fight for Charlo. He can just go up in there, even if he beats Selecki, right? Goes up there and beats Selecki, he can still look bad against that dude. That dude's tough, man. He go up in there and look bad against Mag. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad fight, man. Bad fight. Should just went up and wait. He said these Dallas dudes be ducking. Yep, man. We have about 60 people up in here, man. I wasn't even gonna be too long, man. But yeah, for the guys just stopping in. Blair is at 147, bro. He's 147. He's already at welterweight. He's just not ranked and shit like that. But he's a welterweight. Good thing about Blair though, he's always in shape and shit too. That dude always in fucking shape. So put him in there and let's see what he can do. He been talking shit. I'm ready to see what he can do. I'm ready to see what he can do. That's it. You know, he was talking a lot of shit about some of the big names in the division, some of the guys that's getting things going for him in the sport. And I want to see what Blair Flair Cobbs can do this weekend. So we go see what happens, man. It seems like stars are starting to align for this guy. This may be a blessing for Blair Flair Cobbs. I mean, unfortunate for Vergil, but might be a blessing for this guy. They may bump him to the main event. Now it's his time to shine. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens this weekend with this event, this card in general. You know, it's all we got, so we got to take what we can get. But yeah, Showtime card coming up. Like I said, Tim Tszyu, Terrell Gausha is the next one coming up for them. Then it's Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fedora. Should be a good fight. I got Erickson Lubin stopping him via body shot. So write that down. Bushido got Erickson Lubin stopping Fedora via body shot. It's going to be some type of body shot. Go stop that dude. Then Errol Spence Jr., the big fish, against Dennis Ugas. That fight is going to determine a lot in the sport. That's a huge fight for boxing. The Spence Ugas fight is gonna determine what's next, which way the storyline between Spence and Crawford and his whole welterweight scene is gonna go. If Spence wins, will he fight Crawford? I think if Spence beats Ugas impressively, he's gonna have confidence to call out Crawford. But if he beats Ugas barely, if it's a tough, close fight, competitive, controversial, I don't feel he's gonna have the confidence. Oh no, I don't think he's gonna have the confidence to call out Terrence Crawford. That's my opinion. If Ugas wins, they may let Crawford and Ugas fight happen. They may punish Ugas from beating Spence. They may punish him. They may make him fight as mandatory and say, no, you don't get the undisputed. This wasn't part of the plan. So I'm expecting that to happen. But we'll see. Then we got Jamel Charlo versus Brian Castano 2. Who wins that fight? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's a very competitive fight. I think I told you guys going into the first fight, don't be sleep on Brian Castano. These Argentine fighters comes to fucking win. So I don't know who gonna win a fight, but it should be a good one. David Benny versus David Lemieux, May 21st. Should be a good fight forever long it lasts. David Lemieux could punch. You know, that's the last thing to go. David Lemieux's probably past his prime at this point. You know, so we go, you know, much respect if David Lemieux is still fighting the toughest guys. Whoever he can get. Then Tank Davis versus Lando Romero should be a good fight, man. That should be a good fight. I like Rolly Romero. I think he's good for boxing. Tank Davis, of course, is the star. Tank Davis is a stud. Should be a great fight, man. May 28th, day before my birthday. Then we got Cool Boy Steph, Stephen Fulton Jr., Danny Roman. Should be a good fight. Stephen Fulton is just really doing his thing out here in boxing. And yeah, man, you know, he's fighting the best guys available down there. The smaller guys are fighting the top guys. All these little dudes, the 126, the guys, 130, and all that shit, man, they fighting all the best guys down there. 122, 118, all the best fighting the best down there. They just little dudes. What's going on, Damone Danes? I see you in the building. You said Alexis Rojas way above Blair Flair Cobbs. Alexis Rojas a tough fight, man. He reminds me of Vergil Ortiz. He kind of reminds me of Vergil Ortiz. Really, he seemed like a really good fighter. So this is a tough fight for Blair Flair Cobbs, regardless. You know what I'm saying? So if Blair Flair Cobbs don't get knocked out, if he beats Rojas, I want you to come back on here and give him his props. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Rojas is going to be a tough fight too. I think Rojas reminds me of Vergil a lot. And then, of course, the fight that a lot of fans are going to be throwing tomatoes at is Jamal Charlo, June 19th against Matt Selecki. It's not Charlo's fault, unfortunately, but it's going to get blamed on him. So expect Charlo to get a lot of heat for this fight. It's not his fault that Munguia. No, I ain't going to blame Munguia because he didn't pull out either. It was DAZN and Golden Boy couldn't get their shit together. The fighters agreed to this fight with Charlo and Munguia, but they pulled out, you know what I'm saying, because they didn't get their way. And then we got Mark Magasayo versus Jar Jar Binks, July 9th. You know, Jar Jar Binks, I hope he gets knocked out from him ducking Gary Russell Jr. for all those years. He sat there and hid like all those other dudes did back in the day, like those dudes did to Guillermo Rigondeaux years ago. Sat back and hid out, and now he wants to come out of hiding and fight Mark Magasayo, a vulnerable look at Mark Magasayo, who lost against a one-armed Gary Russell Jr. You know what I'm saying? He won but lost. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's the news, you guys. Ortiz pulls out of the fight. They say he was sick. I think it was probably some weight issues. And who's going to be the main event? I say throw Blair to Flair Cobbs in there. If you're not going to throw Blair in there, then bump up Alexis Rojas and Blair to Flair Cobbs as the main event. And that's just what it is. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.